What's going on, guys? Matt Meeks here. Look, usually when I get on here, I'm talking about real estate, a product to promote, something to that effect. But I've been out of commission for about a week and a half. I haven't worked out. I haven't been on social media. I haven't called or texted people back as much. Not being mean, I'm not mad. I needed time to revamp and refocus and readjust, and here I am. Now, there has been something that's been weighing on my heart and mind probably over the last month or so, and I've refrained talking about it, but I get questions all day, every day, ranging from real estate, life, business, coaching, you name it. I get advice all the time. I guess to that point in my life, I'm unk status, as they say. I've lived a little bit of life, that I've got a little bit of experience, so I can speak on some things. One thing I wanted to speak on for the upcoming entrepreneurs, business owners, people that just want to better their lives in general, is what I call the hurdles of despair. Well, Matt, that kind of sounds kind of negative. Well, it is kind of negative. Despair is negative, but it's your job and your obligation when something negative happens, you've got to turn it into something positive. Or at least that's how it's been in my life. Now, I can't speak on everybody's life or everybody's path of success, but my path of success has went through the hurdles of despair. Let me elaborate. Basically, there's 3 hurdles that I've went through, right? The first one has been the hurdle of fear, okay? The fear of failure. Can I do it? What if I don't? The fear of success. What if I do? And lastly, I think this is the one that gets everybody, and did for me for a long time, is the fear of what other people think. It took me 33 years to not give a crap about what people think. If you're doing your best to better yourself, whether that be a different job, different occupation, getting in the gym, reading more books, listening to more podcasts, by all means, you better freaking do it. You have an obligation to yourself. As long as you're not doing anything illegal, immoral, or trying to hurt somebody, you have that obligation to yourself to better yourself. And sometimes it's not even what everybody else thinks, it's what you think. Sometimes you're your own biggest critic, and you got to get out of your head, okay? Sometimes the only way you can alleviate fear, from what I've seen, is the only way, is through action. So that means go to the gym and lift the weight. That means post the video. That means start the business. That means picking up the book and reading the first page, right? Action alleviates fear. The second hurdle is criticism. The fear of what other people think is one thing, because we don't know what other people think, right? But when criticism comes into play, that's somebody actively speaking on you, actively saying something about you, right? It's outward. We can hear it. We can see it. We can feel it. And a lot of times when you're misunderstood and people don't understand what you're trying to do, they're going to try that much harder to bring you down. I can't tell you how many different times in my lives and situations where you face extreme criticism from people, right? Whether that was trying to get on the field as a sophomore in high school, whether it was trying to find my own first teaching and coaching job, whether it was starting a 6-figure eBay business, or starting a TikTok and auctions and real estate. It didn't matter what I've started in my life. There's always been somebody with something to say or something to do, or try to get in the way, or try to be an obstacle to stop it. And a lot of times when you feel that resistance and that hate, man, you want to stop. But the only way you're going to succeed is if you keep pushing through, because sometimes the only way is through. So you have to keep with the action and execute anyway. Because a lot of times the people that are criticizing people for doing something are doing nothing. They are not the man in the arena. They are not the one taking the chance. They are not the one getting better. So again, you have to execute anyway. And the last hurdle you have to get through is kind of a 3-in-1 hurdle. It's a big hurdle. It's failure, okay? It's disappointment, and it's sometimes betrayal. Make no mistake about it. When you try something different, or you start your business, you're going to fail to a certain degree, right? But failure is not permanent unless you quit. That's why it's so important. Like, for me, you have to take accountability. You have to look within. You can't make excuses. You can't look at other people and blame them. You have to look inside, right? That's called accountability. What could I have done different? What can I do now? And from the business standpoint, man, like, if I see a buddy or a friend or a former player or somebody that I know that is starting a business, I try to support them, whether that be financially, whether that be through a like on their post or a share of their post or a repost or a save, something that is going to help them out. Because I like to help people. But what sucks, and I'm gonna tell you what sucks now, and it's very hard. I've had to learn this the hard way. It sucks when you help people out, you give them a shot, you give them a job, you give them, advice, and like, it's not reciprocated. They pick someone else. They do business with someone else. It hurts. I'm not gonna lie to you. It hurts. It's disappointing and it feels like betrayal. But again, it goes back to accountability. What can you do different? How can you respond? A lot of my clients and customers are people that I did not know. They trusted me, and I am forever grateful for that. And will be forever grateful for any client that comes across. But in the game of business, you've got to be very careful. You got to find your people. You got to find your place, right? If you're at a place where you feel condemned, you feel unsupported, they're not trying to help you, you feel like they're trying to kind of get in the way, like, you got to get out of that situation. You got to get out of that place. Same with people. There's givers, there's takers, right? The more in business I am, the more I've realized there's a lot of takers out there. They'll take your advice, they'll take your time, they'll take. Then when it's time to give, man, I just don't know. I don't know if I want to sell my house right now. And then the next time you see it, they've listed it with somebody else. Or, I don't know, man. I don't want to buy. And then the next thing you know, you see them in a picture with somebody. You got to let all that go. You got to cut the takers out. And on the flip side of that, man, if somebody's giving you business and they put their faith in you, wholeheartedly do the best that you can for them, right? I have a philosophy. Like I said, if my friends are in business, I'm going to try to help them as much as I can. Now, if they suck, it might just be one time, right? And likewise for me, if I suck, you're not satisfied, use somebody else. But I'm going to tell you, once you get past the hurdle of failure and the hurdle of criticism and embarrassment and all these different hurdles and obstacles, man, you become almost invincible. And the old saying goes, booze don't stop slam dunks, and I'm here to tell you they don't. And here's the thing about going through all those hurdles of despair. Once you get past it, man, you can start building pillars of success because you've developed a mindset. You can be disciplined. You can have the body you want. You can build the business you want. Just know it comes with a price and a cost. And for me, the cost is discipline, accountability, and consistency. And at the end of the day, that's what you gotta have. Look, again, I don't like being negative. I don't like giving bad news. I hope this isn't bad news. I hope this is encouraging for some folks that are going through it right now. Just know there's gonna be negativity that you gotta go through in order to get to the other side, right? But once you get to the other side, you've been through it, man, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Again, I hope this struck a chord with somebody. I hope it motivated somebody. I hope it helped somebody out. If you got any questions or you need some advice, please, real estate or not, like, give me a holler. I'd be glad to talk to you and help you in any way that I can.